Yes, the Partners in Mission and Legal Justice Committee had a presentation and a video on this, and then recommended that we receive this presentation at the Council of General Synod, and brings forward this resolution, which, as I said, is moved by myself and seconded by Lynn McNaughton. Be it resolved that this Council of General Synod acknowledges the injustices experienced by Japanese Canadian Anglicans at the hands of our Church during and after World War II, and confesses the error of our ways. Expresses its gratitude for the activities of the Japanese Canadian Vancouver Consultative Council and the Diocese of New Westminster, which since 2008 have braved to tell the truth about a long hidden story of racism at numerous levels of our Church, including the naming of the 1,500 Japanese Canadian Anglicans who were exiled in 1942. Supports the 2010 apology made by Bishop Michael Ingham for the sale of Japanese congregation churches in the Diocese of New Westminster in 1949. Recognizes that deep-seated historic racism continues as a source of pain to Japanese Canadian Anglicans across Canada, and commends every effort in the interests of healing and reconciliation. Recommends that the Council of General Synod study the Episcopal Church's Asia American Ministries to explore ways of our participation in it. Encourages the Diocese of the Anglican Church of Canada to be mindful of the growing multicultural membership of our Church, to celebrate that diversity, and to enhance partnerships in common ministry.
So the motion is before the Council. It's been moved and seconded. Perhaps we might want to just quietly read it through again. Is there any discussion?
I have a question.
Yes.
I'm not familiar with the Asia, or with the Episcopal Church's Asia American Ministries. So I'll speak briefly,
Yes. Martha can do that.
Martha Gardner from the Partner from the Episcopal Church, and what I wanted to do is actually stand up and pledge my support. We have a very wide, Asian American Ministries. We have several offices in our Episcopal Church, but also more importantly kind of grassroots networks. One of the strongest is the Asian American Ministry. The Reverend Fred Vergara is the chair of that. And so it's a lot of networking and support and resourcing around as is a growing population in the Episcopal Church. So I think this is fabulous. If we can, another way that we can partner. It's been in existence for a long time. There's wonderful staff and there's wonderful local leadership. They meet regularly, but it really is kind of ground up, and but staffed also by our office. And so it'd be a great way to partner to learn the lessons, what we've done well and what we've not done well, and share them. And we also have a global partnership office that deals with the Asia Pacific, which also is related. So I think there's a lot of ways we can partner.
Thanks, Martha. Anyone else wish to speak? Randall?
It's really by way of context because I grew up in Vancouver and I had many close Japanese friends after World War II. Bishop Gower also confirmed me, which gives me extra pain as I hear this. I simply want to acknowledge that in my current diocese of Kootenay, we can invite you to visit a very important center in a small community in the interior of New Denver. There's also a camp at Greenwood, but New Denver contains a very important site for all Japanese Canadians, not just Japanese Anglicans, but it gives a much deeper and important picture to visit the internment camp, memorial camp in New Denver, where we do have a worshiping community of Anglicans, which we support in the Diocese of Kootenay. I just offer that as information and by way of reflection on this very important subject. One of my best school friends was Vivian Wakabayashi, who was interned at Greenwood, so I remember this.
Thanks, Randall. Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Okay. Then I think what I'll ask for is the will of the host concerning this resolution. Just for the sake of our guests who are among us, one of the principles on which we've been trying to work this triennium is consensus. So we have movers and seconders, but we're trying to do more and more of our work around final consideration resolutions by consensus. So can I have a sense of where the council is? Thank you very much. So thank you very much. We have consensus for the adoption of this resolution that has been brought to us through the Image Committee. If I could just take a couple of moments to make a few brief remarks, I would appreciate that.